Hello everyone, I'm Sandy Anastasi, psychic channel, intuitive astrologer, and soul coach. And I'm here to give you a very special psychic and psychic protection tip. This is my psychic protection tip number 31, and it's all about the art of melding, positive and negative applications of melding, and how to recognize them. Well, here we go. This is kind of a big deal, so please listen carefully. I was on a webinar recently, and on that webinar, I was listening to a well-known lecturer discuss various ways of applying neuro-linguistic programming to ethically obtain what you want from someone. In particular, he talked about melding yourself consciously to another person in order to earn their trust. We all do this melding. In fact, it's a part of the human experience. But we don't all do it consciously. In fact, most of those who employ it as a conscious tool to get what they want don't do it ethically. So here's why you really want to know about what this is, to recognize when you're doing it, and more importantly, to recognize when someone else is doing it, and to know how to use this tool ethically to even help people. Here goes, folks. As I was listening to the lecture, I realized it's important for all of us to understand what this melding is, and how it's achieved, and how to recognize it, how to determine when it's good, when it's bad, and what you can do about it. When you're talking to someone that you're comfortable with, have you ever noticed that as you get more involved with the conversation, you begin to mirror their body posture? If they're leaning forward, you're leaning forward. If they're crossing their arms or holding their chin in their hand, you find yourself doing the same thing. We all do this when we're comfortable with someone and working hard to hear and hard to understand them. The more we want to absorb what they're saying and, in essence, duplicate their vibration, the more we mimic the posture and their actions. You'll have noted that people who are lovers or very good friends, or who have just spent an enjoyable time together, will often walk in sync. They'll sit with their arms or legs crossed and then uncross them and recross their legs at the same time. I'm sure you've noticed this and even had some fun with it in your younger days. When you do this with someone, you are melding with them vibrationally. You're creating what we call a close rapport with them, and all channels of communication are now going to flow more freely. When you develop this sort of close rapport with a trusted friend or family member, it's going to enhance your relationship. This is a good thing. It's a good usage of it. When you notice a new acquaintance doing this with you, it's usually an indication of that person's interest in you and that they're seeking a closer connection. Again, that could be a very good thing. All of this is natural and normal, and it enhances all human relations. Usually the person whose body posture is being duplicated is the leader. But once initial melding occurs, it's common for the rapport to deepen, and then the initial leader may begin to mimic the copycat. So there's kind of a swap that goes on. Again, this is normal, as leadership in relationships usually shifts depending upon who has the greater knowledge and ability in any given situation. In fact, this is an excellent teaching tool. When the student is in close rapport with the teacher, skills that are very difficult to learn can often be learned in a very quick and short session. That's right. Things that are very difficult and can often take years to learn can be learned quickly by copycatting the teacher's actions. It's a way of bypassing the conscious mind, and it often can set up blocks to learning that conscious mind of ours. So it's important to have a way to get past the conscious mind so that we can learn intuitively. So copycatting or melding is a great way to stimulate that intuitive learning. All of this so far is normal, and in fact it's good. And we all do it. Though up until now, most of you have done this unconsciously. Now take a moment and think how you could apply this consciously in your own life to make it better. In your primary relationship, you can apply this melding technique to enhance communications and understanding. In your friendships, you can apply it to give yourself more in common with your friends and to deepen the friendships. In your work, you can apply it to better understand your fellow employees and other people that you work with, even to learn techniques and tools more quickly. Again, all of these are positive applications, but it doesn't take a lot of imagination to quickly realize how easily you could take your melding, mirroring skill to a deeper level, so that in each of those relationships, you could easily deepen the rapport and then slip in and take control, getting your lover, your friend, your associate to do whatever you want them to. That is ethically wrong. And that's why I need you to understand what this melding really is, so that you can recognize it and embrace it when it's good, and recognize it and reject it when it's not. This is where ethics comes in. Melding is natural. It's a human quality that helps to bond relationships and, in fact, all people together. But when misused, it can be a very powerful tool, and it gives the power in the relationship to a single person. If used unethically, it can be used to sneak in and control the will of the other person so subversively that the person it's being used on doesn't even realize that they're buying something, doing something, moving somewhere, giving something up that they never would have done of their own accord. As with all psychic protection, the first thing you need to do to protect in that situation where melding is being used improperly is to realize that you're being attacked. Or maybe I should better say it, you're being manipulated. And this particular attack is so subtle that you must be very alert to recognize it. I heard one very empathic woman describe it as giving her a slimy feeling when a salesperson tried to use this technique on her. She just walked away, and I applaud her. The easiest way to recognize it is to observe the person who's copycatting your motions. If they're not a close friend or family member, that makes them suspect. But if they are very empathic, they could be just naturally mimicking your emotions. So give them the benefit of the doubt, and don't consider them attacking or manipulating you until you really have determined their motive and their focus. Once you've determined that, though, if they're trying to get you to do something for them, well, that's a dead giveaway. What to do about it? Simple. As soon as you recognize what's happening, step out of rapport. Walk away as the young woman did. Cross your legs the opposite way from them. Stop walking, or change your gait, your walking rhythm and your pattern. Uncross your arms. Scratch your nose. I think you get it. Just step out of rapport. It's just that simple. Prevent further melding by being conscious of moving out of sync with the person who's trying to force that rapport. Step back into you. It's just that simple. I'm Sandy Anastasia, psychic channel, intuitive astrologer, and soul coach. Visit me on my website. You'll find me at www.sandyanastasia.com. I've got so many webinars, classes in person and online. You can look up anything from DVDs to CDs to audio and video downloads. I'm a learning center, folks, and I'm here to teach you. I hope you'll go and find out what's on my website now. And while you're there, sign up for my monthly newsletter because it will always tell you what's going on now. And you might just get a nice freebie when you do that. And also, don't forget my free psychic hour every month. Sign up early because it fills up. www.sandyanastasia.com. Thanks so much, folks. I'll see you back next month with another tip.